Right now, we have the atmosphere of a JC softball game. I mean, that's what we are, a JC softball team. As long as, it's not whether you win or lose. It's like the team that wins is the one that has the most fun. That crap like that. All this stuff that's contaminated America, where they give every kid a trophy and they don't keep scoring Little League anymore. Then I got receivers running routes that don't even resemble anything we teach. We don't tuck the ball and go straight upfield. We do all these stupid moves. We run out of bounds more than any team in the country. We're the easiest team in the country to tackle.
This is in your face.
Woo!
This is in your face.
Get out. Oh.
Yeah. This is in your face.
Man, dear God.
Close. Hey guys, welcome to In Your Face. I'm Jay.
Keith.
Tony.
And we're here to talk about a little bit about something and a whole lot about nothing. What better way to waste your time? Last week was horrific across the board. If there was anybody that I've chosen a few players that I think shined. Got Carson Palmer, 308 yards, 3 touchdowns, 27 points in our league. I think he did the best out of any of them. Cam Newton, I harped on him a little bit last week. Thought he would do well. I think he did. 38.5 points in our league with 353 yards and an interception. Another guy that I thought shined was Matt Forte with 100 yards and 3 touchdowns, 28.7 in our league. What do you guys think?
Well, there's a few others that stand out. Garrett Blunt, he's not blowing it up, but if you happen to need somebody, maybe, I don't know, your star Adrian Peterson went down or something, might be worth a look. He's been at least a dime both weeks, solid. You happen to need a wide receiver or somebody for a flex spot. Eric Decker put up big numbers this week. Of course, I always need a tight end. I don't know why.
Speaking of tight ends, if you happen to start Martellus Bennett this week, you probably are pretty happy with the results. Unlike somebody who decided to leave him on the bench in favor of Mr. Gary Barnage. Another one that had a good week this week was Kelvin Benjamin, showing off that he is the #1 target for Cam Newton. 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards receiving. That'll always help your cause.
He's just turned into a monster.
He is.
I love watching him play.
Before the injury last year, he already was showing he is going to be a force to be reckoned with.
I mean, it's a linebacker playing a back position. I mean, it's exciting to watch him just plow through people. Almost like how Matt Stafford plowed through Tennessee's
Paris Scott.
So anyway, one of the guys that we got to harp on this week, Jameis Winston, 4 interceptions, 243 yards, a touchdown. 4 interceptions. I don't know. I would say if you have Jameis Winston, you might want to sit him next week. Of course, I'm not really sure.
I don't know the matchup next week, but the matchup against the Arizona Cardinals secondary is never a good one.
I think it's the Rams. The Rams beat my thought process and actually beat Seattle.
Seattle always loses to the Rams. They've lost to them the past 3 games.
That's a shocker.
So,
the Rams play Seattle tough.
Yeah, so we got, Tampa Bay, Saint, and there we go again. Tampa Bay and LA, 3:05 p.m. on Sunday.
Yes,
so,
Cam Newton.
don't know if I'm going to see Jameis Winston on anybody's starting lineup.
Yeah, there won't be no Winston out there.
Well, one team that surprised me so far with the past 2 weeks is the defense for the Oakland Raiders is absolutely horrible.
They are. Are they as bad as New Orleans or Atlanta?
Well, Atlanta outscored them and they kept them to fewer points than they gave up. So,
but I mean, person for person, would you say a worse?
Right now, it looks like Khalil Mack and 10 other guys from the street. That's what it looks like on that defense. I don't know who they have playing. It's bad. It looks terrible.
They just open up the gate and 10 people stream in.
Right. So
first 10 fans that show up to the game get to play defense for the Oakland Raiders
and
get to play with Khalil Mack.
And they're already wearing the spike pads and everything else. So, I mean, come on.
I'm gonna say this week's shocker for me was Blake Bortles. Took a look at halftime. He had 0. I think at one point he had -1 in our league. And in one half, somehow this guy has he goes from 2 interceptions to 329 yards, 2 touchdowns, 20 points in our league. I don't know how that happened, but that was the shocker for me. The squeaker, if you will.
One of the shockers for me was along that same line. Those 4 interceptions for Jameis Winston. The one TD he goes to is Mike Evans, and going up against that Arizona secondary, you're not expecting for 10, 12, 15 points from your wideout position, and he was still able to put up points even with Winston having that game.
Right. Chris Johnson showed up this week. He did. He actually ran a little bit out there after he was dropped in our league. So now let's say this week, anybody you're looking forward to seeing play, Keith?
Well, probably the Cardinals are going to kick the snot out of the Bills. That'll always be fun.
Okay.
Although for some odd, mysterious reason, the Bills on the Thursday night game actually played the Jets tougher than I expected.
You looked into your crystal ball last week and said, go with the Ravens.
Yeah.
So
the Ravens,
is there anybody this week that you can just blanket out there and say, this is who it is?
Well, this week that would be the Dolphins playing against the Browns. Even Tannehill is going to look good.
Is this anybody against the Browns?
I think so.
All right. So
down on the Browns.
I'll tell you.
If nothing else, nobody tends to stand behind LeGarrette Blount except this guy right here. So who knows? If he's there, pick him up. If he's not, maybe trade. Since he's on the low end right now, he may be able to get away with an even trade, maybe just a 2-for-1 player deal. But I mean, at least he shows so far that he's been consistent.
I would make an offer that someone can't refuse. Pick you up a mid-range back for right now in the beginning that could possibly jump ahead at the end. Who I do like this week is anybody that plays for Seattle. I like Russell Wilson this week. I like Doug Baldwin this week. Scratch that, not anybody that plays for Seattle, not Thomas Rawls. I think he went away with a -7 yards in that game this past week. So anybody named Russell Wilson or Doug Baldwin, I think it's easy.
Christian Michael was definitely not saving the running back situation there. He was very low scoring against the Rams. Them playing the Niners, I think the Niners are playing pretty good defense actually, because we're not hearing any big major scoring events against them.
Anybody you're looking forward to seeing play, Tony?
Well, I've touched on it a little bit already, but anyone playing against the Oakland Raiders this week, your Delaney Walkers, your Tajay Sharps, your DeMarco Murrays, maybe even a Derrick Henry if you're looking for a deeper running back play.
Anyone that's going to the old ball field. Wait, are they playing at home?
They are playing in Tennessee, I believe.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. So
LT
Tony's going with the Tennessee Titans. I'm going to go with Seattle against that San Francisco 49ers defense.
The Steelers get the Eagles next week, so it looks like it could be the Antonio Brown show.
I don't know, man. Jesse James got a touchdown this past week. Might be up and coming. If you drafted Jesse James, you might have some trade bait now.
Yeah. He hasn't Heath Millered yet.
All right.
Give him another week.
I think I've covered just about everything that I can see. Anything else you want to say, Keith?
Yeah, again, going back to the Adrian Peterson situation, there's nowhere better to look than right on the bench. We've said it all season. For everybody else that's gone down or suspended, there's somebody else waiting to step up and take the crown. And Matt Asiata looks like he is ready to shine again.
All right, there you have it. Okay, we were fortunate enough to get a email from someone today that's having a little trouble in their league. Says, hey guys, I'm starting Arian Foster and Doug Martin, my top 2 running backs. Both went down. Not sure what to do. Please help. Keith, what do you think?
Asiata. It's like an echo today.
Tony?
Well, I'll touch on this subject a little later in my sleeper picks of the week, but Arian Foster's never been one to stay healthy through a whole year. And Kenyon Drake, as a home run hitter out of the backfield of Miami, I think he might be a steal that you might be able to pick up, fill in some spot duty for you. What was the other one he said went down? Doug Martin. I haven't heard anything as far as how long he's going to be out, but there's all like he said, there's always some value in Charles Sims and his number 2 guys.
I would say, I mean, not knowing the future of both of them, I'd say that there's been enough backs and others that went down. You got Garoppolo and Peterson and
a lot of injuries
this week. So I would almost say you may want to try to jump out there and get you a trade if they show that they're going to be healthy again. Maybe get you a trade, make an offer that somebody can't refuse. Try to pick up somebody that they can help you out. I definitely wouldn't hold on to both of them. All right, guys, there it is. There you have it. Answers for questions. Feel free to email us at inyourfacetube@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter at inyourfacetube.
Alright guys, time for another edition of Tony's Fantasy Sleepers. Last week I went hard on the wide receiver position. Today I'm going to make a couple picks in the running back category. There were a lot of injuries and a lot of players went down this week, and I'm going to focus on a lot of their backups this week. We have Jarrett McKinnon out of Minnesota backing up Adrian Peterson. That would be one that I feel like you could get in most leagues. I think he's owned in about 30% right now. Another one that I like is Kenyon Drake. Arian Foster has never been one to make it through a year all healthy, and another addition of the groin injury bug has popped up so far this year. Kenyon Drake is a home run option. It's probably gonna be a feast or famine kind of back for you if you do decide to pick him up, but he's open in over 90% of all leagues right now. Another one that I like is Jonathan Stewart has fallen down to an injury again this year, and it looks like Fozzie Whitaker is the guy to pick up on that roster. So to recap, I think our fantasy sleeper picks for the week today are going to be Fozzie Whitaker out of Carolina, back up to Jonathan Stewart, going to miss a couple weeks. Torn meniscus for Adrian Peterson is looking like what the diagnosis is there, and Jarrett McKinnon may be somebody that can fill in for you during that time. And the reach of the week, I think, is going to be Kenyon Drake. Although Ajay is still the number 1 guy to take the place of Foster, I do like Kenyon Drake in a fill-in role there. So, all that being said, I guess it's time to go back to bed.